From our vantage point right here, we have this gorgeous view of Manhattan. Just imagine how beautiful this spot looks with the sun setting, or late at night with the big city lights sparkling away. Today I am on Cypress Avenue in Ridgewood, Queens, at the corner of Star Street. Why am I here though? And why is this storefront so important to me? Just as soon as I can cross the road, I will tell you all what happened here on November the 10th, 1967. As you will have seen in some previous videos that I have made, the areas of Bushwick and Ridgewood are the territory of the Bonanno crime family. Today, we have another story of a mob hit taking place right here at number 205 Cypress Avenue. From January 1966 until January 1969, there was a series of events that happened that became known as the Banana War. The boss of the Bonanno family, Joe Bananas Bonanno, had disappeared, partially because of an impending FBI investigation, but perhaps also because he needed to answer to Carlo Gambino and Tommy Lucchese, bosses of two other mafia families, over an alleged murder plot that Bonanno had orchestrated against the two men. The Mafia Commission named Gaspar Di Gregorio as the new head of the Bonanno family, which led to 4 years of turmoil as the son of Joe Bonanno, Bill Bonanno, tried to stake his claim as the new boss of the family. In January 1966, the two men arranged a meeting to iron out their differences. As Bill Bonanno and his men approached the meeting place on nearby Troutman Street, just a few blocks from here, loyalists to Di Gregorio opened fire on them, and thus the Banana War had begun. This building here was known as the Cypress Gardens Italian Restaurant in 1967. And on November the 10th of that year, a high-ranking member of the Di Gregorio faction, Tommy Smitty D'Angelo, had arranged to meet with his brother Jimmy and fellow mobster Frankie 500 to Larry. There are varying reports as to who was in the restaurant and who joined them. From what I can decipher, Jimmy D'Angelo and Frankie 500 were in the restaurant, and Tommy D'Angelo arrived and walked up to the table. This is based on the fact that Jimmy wasn't a known gangster. Therefore, it would not make any sense that the hitman was waiting for him to arrive. The third person to arrive had not even sat down when a man in a long black raincoat entered the restaurant from the kitchen area. He swept the raincoat aside and opened fire with a machine gun, firing from 10 feet away as the other restaurant guests dove for cover as the windows shattered around them. All three men were dead within seconds, and the man in black disappeared just as quickly as he arrived, out through the back door and onto Star Street, with the backup car parked on the corner of Star and Cypress driving off. How had the man in black made his way into the restaurant unnoticed? Well, the trainee chef, Popeye Santoro, was a Bonanno family associate. who had claimed during the investigation that he was in the bathroom when the shooting occurred, and had seen nothing when the man walked in through the unlocked back door. He was sentenced to 4 years in jail for lying to the jury, who were convened to investigate the shooting. The killer was never identified, though it is believed to have been Gaspar Magaddino, a cousin of Joe Bonanno, based upon photo identification from restaurant witnesses. The gun used in the crime was also identified as being the same gun used to kill another Di Gregorio associate 18 months earlier. After the shooting, Magaddino disappeared. It was as if he never existed. He was wanted in Sicily for a series of mid-1960s bombings, and he was wanted in New York for the Ridgewood killings, as well as another murder in Queens. He would eventually show up in Sheepshead Bay in Brooklyn in April of 1970. But unfortunately for him, he was found bullet-ridden on the sidewalk. Due to the nature of his murder, the police described his slaying as a Sicilian load, due to the slugs and pellets used from a 12-gauge shotgun. Nobody knew who killed him or why, but I don't think that you need to look very far to find a probable cause. Police believe they knew who purchased the gun that killed Magaddino, and that one of the men in the store when the gun was purchased was Anthony Labello. He either bought the gun or was with the person who purchased the gun. Either way, later the same day that Magaddino had been murdered, Anthony Labello was also murdered, perhaps to prevent him from identifying the killer. 205 Cypress Avenue, the site of the triple murder that happened at the Cypress Gardens Italian restaurant during the Banana War for the control of the Bonanno crime family.